Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone this morning? We are back. The fall edition of the Coffee Chat Show. We are live. We will let everyone catch up with the fact that we are live and online. There we go. Okay, notifications just went out. Angie, good morning. I sent your book out yesterday, I think. Let me think about that. No, you just gave me your address last night, right? So it's going out today. Everyone else's went out yesterday. Okay, so the new book is out, you guys. Ta-da! You can purchase it on Amazon. You can download a free companion workbook. If you just go to thecoffeechatshow.com and click the link that says buy your copy of Practical Change Volume 3, that will take you over to Amazon where you can purchase the book. And then you'll see under free downloads, there is a free companion workbook that Tracy created. We're also going to drop the actual Amazon link in here as we do the show. So you can now go and purchase your copies. It makes a great Christmas gift. It's an anthology. It's filled with inspiration, and it's designed so you can open it up anywhere. Boom. And you can find something that will inspire and motivate you. I keep reading it myself. See, like write a new story. Okay. You'll want a copy of this for sure, and then you'll want to gift some copies of it, I think. It makes it great. If you have other women, moms, friends that would like some inspiration, they will like this too. This is going to make a great Christmas gift for people. And the best part is 75% of the proceeds are going to the nonprofit, which is funding young literacy for kids in this community. So you're doing good work by buying a copy of it. Plus you're getting a free downloadable workbook. Okay, good morning, Dodie, Angie. All right, everyone's rolling in here. We've got Amber from Canada. Okay, so the new book is out. Grab a copy. We took a break last week for Labor Day weekend, so I hope everyone had a safe and happy Labor Day. We are going to turn on the audio right now. Okay, because Noelle is famous for forgetting to turn on the audio. Then we get to the end of the show, and I have to replay the video so that it can record the audio, which is, not the optimal way to do things. So we are live for the fall edition of the Coffee Chat Show. Grab your notebook. We're going to talk about a couple things this morning. So, first of all, you can get your Coffee Chat Show blueprint, your monthly blueprint. That's also in the free download section. So you can download that as well. Then you can write in there your goals for the month and some action items that you want to take for the month, plus notes on the show, etc. My first question to you this morning, and grab your notebook for this. You're going to want to write this stuff down. These are some questions. Good morning, Christy. Also, I have decided to take on working with small groups again. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm a certified DISC practitioner. I am a certified master coach. And I am also now a member of the John Maxwell team. And I am going to start running some virtual and in person in Boston, sort of these intensive mastermind coaching groups. I'm going to start the first one in October, and it's going to be virtual, and I'm only going to accept 12 people. It's going to include you getting your DISC assessment under Work with Leaders. So I'm going to give you a link and you'll go and take the DISC assessment. And then what we're going to do is we're going to work through your plans for your future and your goals and where you want to get to based on your personality style, what you see in that DISC evaluation and assessment, and the areas where you need to push yourself, the areas where you're kind of knocking it out of the park. It's going to be kind of a new way of working with people. And we'll use some of John Maxwell's material, some of his laws of growth, and put your dream to the test. So this is going to be my pilot kind of Warriors Mastermind, and it is going to start in October, and I'm only going to take 12 people, and it will be $699, which is for all 3 months, and it will go October, November, and December. And if somebody wants to pay monthly, I can offer you that option, but you have to email me if you're interested. Okay, so hi Lisa, good morning. All right, 12 people only. This is going to be a Warriors Mastermind. It is going to include you getting a DISC evaluation, and you get to keep that report. So I'm going to have you take a DISC assessment under the Work of Leaders work for everything DISC. Anyway, we'll talk more about that. We'll be putting that out. So if you're on our newsletter list, you're going to get first dibs at all this kind of personal small work that I'm going to do with people in small groups, because I'm only ever going to accept a maximum of 12 people to a group. That allows me to really work with you. This group, by the way, will meet twice a month, and you'll be on Zoom with me for an hour and a half for 2 times a month. So that's 3 hours exclusively with me and the 12 of you. And then there'll be a private Facebook group where you can talk to each other. Lynn Marie, I hope you got my email, Lynn Marie, about the Boston event. Lynn Marie, you might be interested in this mastermind. Lisa, you might be interested in this mastermind. Dodie, you might be interested in this mastermind. If Dolly's watching, she might be interested in this. Good morning, Lori. So again, a virtual mastermind, warrior mastermind group starting in October. It's going to be $699 for 3 months. That takes us from October, November, December. You're going to get a DISC evaluation under Work of Leaders. We're going to work with some of the John Maxwell material on growth, and we're going to focus on evaluating your 2022, seeing what worked and what didn't work, taking your personal DISC assessment, looking at where your strengths are, what you're good at, what you want to focus on, where you need to stretch, and making a plan forward into 2023 so that you really are starting to live your life from a place of power and a place of creation rather than at effect of what's happening. So you can email me if you want to be a part of that, and I'm putting together the information, and I can get you the information, and we can get you registered. Also, if you want first dibs on all this personal stuff that I'm going to start doing, these little groups that we're going to offer them first via our newsletter. So you can go to the site, the coffeechatshow.com or the workingwarriormom.com. Blah, blah, blah. It'll take you to the same place, and you can click join the newsletter, and then you'll have first dibs on all this stuff. Okay, so this is going to be a cool group. This is the first time I'm going to do something like this, and that I'm going to wrap kind of all the things that I do into one group coaching endeavor. Again, I am a certified master coach. I am a certified DISC practitioner. I am a member of the John Maxwell team now. So in addition to all the business things that I do, I am going to, under Fortunato Partners, start doing some personal work with people in these small group settings. People have been asking, and so I'm going to do it, but it's going to be super limited as far as enrollment goes because I want to give people personal attention. All right, so that's my little commercial about the Warrior Mastermind. So my question to you is this: where do you want to go in your life? And I've asked you this before. Dolly, I see you just popped on. You might be interested in this Warrior Mastermind, the virtual one that I'm going to start doing. Okay, so where do you want to go in your life? And this is a companion question to when I ask you, what do you want? Right? And and you know, I say, what do you want? And then maybe you say like a new car, I want to lose 10 pounds, or I want to get a better job or whatever. So I'd almost like you to look at your income level now and think about this question, what do you want? And think about the income level that you would like to have. Now, I'm the first one to tell you that money isn't everything. And I have had none, and I have had some, and then I've had some more, and then I've had none. So I can tell you a lot of different things about money. What I will tell you is this. When you have a comfortable and excellent level of income, it allows you a freedom in your life that you don't have when your economic conditions are tight and constrained. Okay, so that's what the increased economics gets you. Excuse me. It allows you to have a somewhat stress-free existence, or more of a, because you're not, when you are under economic duress, you kind of wake up in the morning and, most of your day is probably like you're worried about money. You're worried about how you're going to pay for stuff. You're worried about how you're going to feed your kids, how like that. You're worried about your car if it breaks down. You're worried about if you have enough money to pay the rent or the mortgage. So when you are living in strained economic conditions, it impacts every, area of your life. So we could be very altruistic here, and I could start out by saying, like, what kind of a person do you want to be? And then, we could not talk about the income at all. However, in my 54 years on the planet, I recognize that in order to level up your income, you have to be able to level up yourself, which means you have to be able to operate differently, and you have to be able to attract differently, which means you have to raise your vibration and change your state of mind. So if I start out by asking you, where do you want to go in your life and what do you want? And then I want you to put on top of that, what kind of money do you want to be making? Those are what I'm going to call companion questions. Okay? So my next question to you is, what do you want out of your life? Life is limited here on planet Earth, whether we like it or not. Nobody exactly knows how much time they have. And are you living the life that you imagined you would have? Or are you living a life that is constrained by economics, by shitty mindset, by crappy circumstances? What kind of life are you living, and what kind of life did you imagine that you would live when you were a little girl or boy? What did you imagine for yourself? Because when you were little, before everyone started putting all their stuff on you and all of your opinions and all of their opinions, and before you started taking on other people's attitudes and states of mind, you probably had a very creative vision for your life when you were little. And then you start living and you don't know any better. So your parents say things like, money doesn't grow on trees and we have to save that. And there's people starving in China, so you have to eat all your food even if you're not hungry. And, things have to be hard and whatever your parents or the people that raised you said to you. And then your natural joy for life starts to erode, right? When we're little, we can think, I can be Wonder Woman, I can be a princess, I can be Batman, I can save the world, I can just think about how excited little kids are for no reason. They're just filled with joy and excitement and natural curiosity and creativity. And then the world starts flunking shit on top of them, and we lose that natural joy. How many of you, honest to God, get up in the morning with that creative spirit of a small child, like, wow, anything's possible today. Amazing, like, what opportunities are there for me today? I would venture to bet that most of you are not waking up in that spirit. And so I ask you, before I can walk you into how to get that back, I have to ask you, what do you want? What is your vision for your life? How much income do you want to be making? What circumstances do you want to be living in? What is your vision for yourself? Kirsten's reminding us that little children are the true alchemists, and they are. They absolutely are. So the good news is we can get you back there. You can get that, just that spirit of joy and wonder back again. You can. It will take work, and it will take an effort on your part. However, it is possible. Anything is possible as long as you're willing to do the work. My motto, you guys know this. Anything is possible as long as you're willing to do the work. So, how far can you imagine yourself going in your life? Right? How far? How far can you imagine yourself going? Rhonda Bradley is with us. I'm Rhonda's fairy godmother. She works with me at Delta Hire. She is an excellent operations manager, and I have the privilege of mentoring her as a young leader. What an outstanding young woman she is. I had the pleasure of meeting her when the Delta Hire team was here last weekend for the event, and she's a treasure and a pleasure, absolutely. So how far can you imagine yourself going? Okay? Angie's saying it's right on with the little kids because she works with them every day. How many of you do something creative on a daily basis, or even a weekly basis? Because I know, we're busy and we have stuff going on. So when you were little, you'd have crayons and you'd color. You didn't care if you were in the lines. You just colored because it was fun. Until somebody said, "You're coloring outside the lines. It shouldn't look like that." And then you go, "Oh, okay." And then you scale back, right? And then if you made something with Play-Doh, or you made a painting, you did remember finger paints where you just get your fingers in there and be all messy? And then somebody said, "Well, what is that? What did you make?" "Well, why don't you use these pre-formed things to make something that actually looks like something?" And you go, "Oh, okay." And right? And then before you know it, you're like 30 or 40 and you're like, "Oh, okay. What is that? Why? Why did you lose that?" You lost it because you believed what someone else told you. You believed someone else's vision of your life. You believed someone else rather than what you felt inside of you. You believed for someone else's vision for you. I want you to stop that right now. Stop it. I want you to get back to what is your vision for your life. How far do you want to go in your life? I don't want you to think about how you're going to do it, or if it's even in your realm of possibility. Maybe you're thinking like, "I don't have the degree, I don't have the knowledge, I don't know the right people." Don't do that. I just want you to, for a moment, to be like a child with that creativity, like, I can be Batman, or I'm going to be a princess, or I'm going to be a scientist that saves the world. Why not you? Why not you? And sure as hell, you're not going to have that happen if you can't even think about it. If you can't even think in your mind that it's possible, it will never be possible. It is your job to figure out what the hell is the vision for your life. How far do you see yourself going? You could live to be 100 years old if you take good care of yourself, or older. That's just the truth. Okay? So, however old you are, if 105 is the end of the line, you got a lot of time left. I got 51 years left if I'm judging by 105. And I might just surprise you all and live to like 120. And I'll still be doing this show, or whatever version online is then. What do you want for your life? Christy's saying starting over from scratch seems daunting. It's not really about starting over. It's about reinventing yourself. It's about re-envisioning your life. It's about creating a vision that will have you leap out of the bed in the morning, excited about what's possible. I'll tell you what makes me leap out of bed on Saturday morning, or any other morning for that matter, is the idea that I have 1 million, almost 2 million people following me. And actually, if you include the audience revealing leaders, we have a reach. I have a reach of over almost 5 million people with my, with what I put out there. That's a lot of people that I could make a difference with, that they could just hear one thing that could change their life and put them on a different track. That's what gets me up in the morning. What gets me up in the morning is I don't want you to wake up when you're 40 or 50 and turn around and say, what happened to my life? I don't want you to be that person. I don't want you to be the person that dies at 70 having never even really lived. You have the opportunity right now to listen to what I'm saying to you and create this incredible vision for your life. And then let's start figuring out how you live into that. But first, I have to get you to see it. You have to open up your eyes and see that possibility. It's the difference between one type of a person that makes meatballs and how I make meatballs. This is just a good analogy, which will have you understand. There are people that make meatballs and they put all the ingredients in the bowl, and then they get, we'll use this ruler as an example. They get a spoon and they're like this, stirring the meatballs, right? And I'm over there like, what are you doing? Get in there! Mix it! And I'm like taking off my jewelry and I'm in the bowl, man. I'm like, let me mix this up. Okay? That's the difference between how you could live your life and how you are living your life. You don't want to be the spoon person. You don't want to be like in the bowl like, oh yeah, I have to mix it. Oh, it's not mixing very well. Oh, no. Roll up your sleeves, take your jewelry off, and get in the bowl. Get your hands dirty, for God's sake. Get in there. That's your life. That's your life. That's your life that you're like mixing with this spoon. Like, oh, it's not really, doesn't really look the way I want. No. All right, it doesn't look the way I want. What am I going to do about that? Man, I'm going to roll up my sleeves. I'm going to take off my rings. I'm going to dig in. I'm going to dig in, and I'm going to figure out what my vision needs to be, how I can color outside the damn lines, and how I can have the life that I want, rather than one that somebody served up to me because it was their vision and not mine. It is time for you to get a hold of your own vision. And that, as we go through the fall here, we're going to talk about how you begin to bring that vision into a reality. But first, I need to get you to see it. I've got to get you to the place where you know what it is. And there are several questions that will get you there. One is, what do you want? 2 is, where do you want to go in your life? 3 is, what income level do you want to be at? What income level affords you the freedom to wake up in the morning and live your life with joy and enthusiasm and not stressed out and frantic? So what income level does that for you? And for everyone, it will be different. And then how far can you imagine yourself going in your life? How far? And then one last question that piggybacks off all of those is, what the hell is your legacy, man? What are you going to leave as your legacy? When you leave the planet, what gets left behind? What's your legacy? And what are you doing about that? You're going to live a whole life, however many decades you live. When you go, there should be something substantial that you left behind. Some work that you did with people that you know goes on forever. And most likely part of your legacy is your children and what you've taught them. And wouldn't you want to teach your children to mix with their hands, man? Wouldn't you want to teach them to get in the bowl? And if it's not working out the way you want, fix it. Don't accept someone else's limitations for your life. Don't be a spoon person. I know this is a ruler, but we're going to pretend it's a spoon. Don't be a spoon person. Be the person that's in the bowl. Get in there. Get dirty. Stop being afraid of shit, man. What's the alternative? You die all dried up, never really having lived your life, miserable? Why? You have options. If you're breathing, you still have options. You could be overweight, broke, whatever the hell's going on with you. If you are breathing, you have options. If you have a voice and a mind and you're breathing, you have options. Let's start exploring what those options are. Stop being a spoon person. Stop that. Right now. Start taking command of your vision. So, for those of you that are serious about this work with yourselves, get the damn notebook out and write this down. What do you want? Where do you want to go in your life? What do you want out of your life? How far can you imagine yourself going in your lifetime? What income level do you want to get to? And what is your legacy going to look like? And these are questions that I want you to live in for the week. And next week we're gonna roll up our sleeves and we're gonna start digging into the bowl. Now, if you really want to go fast and you want some real hardcore coaching and support, I told you I'm opening up a Warrior Mastermind that'll start in October. It's $699. It's for 3 months. You'll meet with me together twice a month on Zoom for an hour and a half each time. Erica, watch the replay. You might be interested in this mastermind. 12 people. I am only accepting 12 people. It's $699. It includes your everything disc assessment under Work of Leaders. Rhonda, I might put you in this. Rhonda's on there. And for those of you that are just jumping in, Rhonda is under my mentorship to become a massively awesome leader. Warrior Mastermind, 12 people only, October, November, December, 3 months to work with me in a private group. There'll be a private Facebook group so you can get to me when we're, during the month. It's $699. It will include your disc assessment, so you'll get a disc assessment which you get to keep, that PDF. And what we're going to do is, for those of you that aren't familiar with Everything Disc, go check it out. You can do a search for it. I'm not going to take up time now explaining it all to you. I am a certified disc practitioner. I am also a certified master coach. And I am now newly a member of the John Maxwell team, which allows me to use some of John Maxwell's work in my work with people. And we will be using a couple of his, we will be using some of his books in this. Stevie's asking, what if you don't have an answer for some of these questions? It's so simple, but it's so hard. Stevie, I encourage you to live in the question. Really, some of these questions requires living in the question, which is, in essence, writing the question down and then letting it sit. And then answers will come to you. If you have a whiteboard, it's great to have the blank whiteboard and write these questions on it and then start, filling the answers in your notebook. Because when you walk by it, you keep seeing that, right? It's like, oh, shit, yeah. What? Oh, yeah, okay. So it's just a good way to remind yourself. All right, that's your assignment for this week. Again, where the heck is it? The book is out. The new book is out, Practical Change Volume 3. Go grab yourself a copy. You can go to thecoffeechatshow.com. If you click the link that says buy your copy or get your copy or order your copy, I think it says order your copy of Practical Change. There's a big link. It takes you right over to Amazon. For those of you that are my special reviewers, there was about 25 of you. Those books went out to you yesterday with your instructions on how to do your review and how to give us the proof that you did it. And, oh, thank you, Stevie. Stevie, if you've got the book, I'd love it if you go write a review on Amazon. I would be most grateful. And actually, Stevie, if you send me a picture of the review, and Erica, you too, if you guys write a review on the book and you take a picture of that review for me and email it to me, I will send you a t-shirt when they come. I have new t-shirts, Faith Over Fear. They're on their way here, hopefully this week. And that's the prize for, we offer that to the first 50 people to review the book and send me a copy of the review. Will get a t-shirt, a free t-shirt. Okay, so grab a copy of the book. The book has a companion workbook that Tracy was kind enough to create for you, and it is on theworkingwarriormom.com under free downloads. By the way, the Working Warrior Mom and the coffeechatshow.com go to the same place. When we are on the show, it is easier for me to point you to the Coffee Chat Show. So go there. You can find everything you want. Erica, Dodie, Lynn Marie, Stevie, all of you. You guys might be interested in that mastermind. I have some people that I see watching the show all the time. For those of you that might want to dig in and go a little faster with changing your life, I promise you that if you work with me for 3 months, your life will change. I am a catalyst. It is what I do best. When I can work with a small, exclusive group of people, we can go a lot faster and dig into a lot more stuff. Okay, so I will see you next week. I remembered to record the audio, so we'll say goodbye to our audio folks now. Check out everything about us at thecoffeechatshow.com. If you are interested in the Warrior Mastermind, please email me. Only 12 people. We will not be spoon people in there, folks. We will be digging in with our hands. All right. You guys have a great week. I'll see you soon.